Frank with all of you, I'm not exactly fond of them either. Now, even amid their ridiculous calls for, quote, unity when they were anything but united for 4 years, now the left is continuing to spew more hate, more rage, anti-Trump psychosis, as you just heard. Michelle Obama, she's jumping in. Let's remember that tens of millions of people voted for the status quo, even when it meant supporting lies, hate, chaos, and division. Oh, I guess so much for when they go low, we go high. We're going to follow the Eric Holder model. We kick them. And fake Jake Tapper over at Fake News CNN echoing the same sentiment, setting what appeared to be a veiled threat, I guess, against Trump supporters. Quote, at a certain point, well, one has to think about not only about what's best for the nation. Did CNN do that when they were lying about Trump-Russia conspiracies? I don't know. The peaceful transfer of power, but how any future employers might see your character defined during adversity. Well, we watched your character for 4 years. Wasn't that impressive to me? Future employers, what does that mean? Now, you want to build a CNN enemies list? Is that what he's talking about? Did you not ever tweet out support that you like Donald Trump? Is that the message? So tonight it is perfectly clear America's most powerful institutions will do anything and everything they can do to destroy the president and his supporters. They don't care about our votes. They haven't cared about 4 years of this. And ask yourself this: do you believe for even a second that the mob and the media didn't notice how frail, how weak, how often confused and cognitively, well, challenged that Joe Biden is? How about that? Do you think they didn't notice? Because many of them quietly even confided in me, yeah, he's a mess. That's called the Media Mob Candidate Protection Program. And they're also the very same people telling you that you can trust them and want you to believe that the bizarre counting process that we're seeking, which is legal, taking place in a close election and totally normal, but you know better. And frankly, I'm sick of all these people. The fact is that we, the American people, should welcome a review of our election process. We should take anybody coming forward, any whistleblower, seriously. We should welcome the rule of law because we owe it to the country to ensure that every legal vote is counted, illegal votes not counted, that election laws are followed, that the Constitution, we must remind people, allows it, the rule of law demands it, and we, having gone through this process, it's a little time-consuming and difficult and challenging, we will be a stronger, better country having done this. In other words, let's let the people tell their stories. Let's let the American people decide if they believe them or not. Let's look at, for example, what the law says and let the courts do their constitutional job to adjudicate. But unfortunately, the evidence is growing that election laws were not followed. For example, whistleblowers, not hearsay whistleblowers, but real whistleblowers are coming forward across now multiple states detailing what they were denied meaningful access to do their job, to their legal right to monitor the ballot counting. Here's a small sample. You decide.
An official came out who was kind and asked us to sign documents, and a few moments later we were asked to leave. Well, I find it ironic we were asked to leave within 10 to 12 minutes when they said they had an hour and a half kind of left to do.
We're further away than I am from you all here. At least 100 feet away from open ballots that go back out of our sight. We can't see them. We don't know what's happening to them. It's just, there's no way for us to meaningfully observe the process.
They have refused to let us have a meaningful view of the vote count. They have continued to count the votes. Because they have done nothing to help us, they are not letting every legal vote count.
All right, let's look at the law, okay? Pennsylvania. Partisan observers may observe at polling locations and may still, until the time that the counting of votes is complete, that means every vote. Out in Erie, Pennsylvania, a mail carrier has now, in a sworn affidavit, that would make him a real whistleblower, that he was ordered by supervisors to collect and submit late ballots, another violation of election law. Also, a Supreme Court case. Oh, it's actually pending over the extension of the mail-in deadline, something that Ken Starr, who will join us later, called a constitutional travesty with Mark Levin yesterday. He'll be here. Now, in reaction to all of this, President Trump tweeting, quote, Pennsylvania prevented us from watching much of the ballot count. Unthinkable, and he's right. Illegal if it turns out to be true and people are saying I wasn't allowed. Out in Nevada, a sworn affidavit from a whistleblower, again, a real one, in Clark County says mail-in ballots were filled out on the side of a Biden-Harris van. Nevada GOP has sent thousands of criminal referrals to the DOJ over alleged illegal voting. It prevented us from watching much of the ballot count. Unthinkable, and he's right. Illegal if it turns out to be true and people are saying I wasn't allowed. Out in Nevada, a sworn affidavit from a whistleblower, again, a real one, in Clark County says mail-in ballots were filled out on the side of a Biden-Harris van. Nevada GOP has sent thousands of criminal referrals to the DOJ over alleged illegal voting. In the state of Michigan, Republicans are moving in to investigate this software glitch called Dominion that actually changed thousands of votes from Trump to
Biden.